What's up, guys? It's No here from the Digibros. In today's video, we're going to be talking about past formats in the Digimon card game. That being said, we're going to go ahead and hop right on into today's video. If you like this content, make sure to like the video, comment down below, tell us what are some of your favorite past formats within the Digimon card game. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more future awesome Digimon card game content. Let's get right into it. So a couple of days ago, a good friend of mine, Cam, over in the Digibros Discord, he messaged me. He said, "Hey Noah, what are your thoughts on potentially having a GOAT format for the Digimon card game?" For those who are not familiar, GOAT format is a retro format within the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. The GOAT format was appeared, I believe, from 2004, 2005. Correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong. But it's a retro format that a lot of players like to go back and play because it was just a really good format opposed to like future formats that people don't enjoy quite as much. So I, over here on the Digibros community tab on our YouTube channel, I put up two polls asking what players favorite best formats were, and so I just wanted to go over the results and then we'll discuss what would be the GOAT format for the Digimon card game if we were to go back and play retro formats. What format would we think that is? So up first, I asked what was your favorite format in the Digimon card game, and the first option was BT10 and Starter X 1.3. That's the red, blue, yellow Starter X. They also had access to the 0.0 promos, and 7% of players enter this one. This is the least answered or least polled between all of them, which is understandable. It was the very first set. We didn't have the largest card pool, and for you players who maybe not been playing at that time, our special release version 1.0 and 1.5. It was a combination of the first three sets in Japan. So they took the first three and melded them together to create two sets for us. And so that's what our special release version 1.0 and 1.5 were. So for special release version 1.5 or BT 1.5 as I put it, alongside their restricted list, because that's also when the hidden potential discovered and the level 5 what's his name? The downloader, the level 5 green one. Not Blossomon, but the Argomon, the level 5 Argomon. That's whenever they both got hit as well. That pulled at 11%. Players like that one. And so moving on, we do have the BT4 Great Legends and Starter X 4 through 6. That was the green, black, and purple Starter X. We also got the promos, the Digibros promos, the Melgarumon for purple, the black Wargreymon for black, and then the not Nidamon, not Kabuteramon. Is that the Kabuteramon? Throwback to Levi back in the day. But the Grand Kawagamon, the one they used for the Green OTK, those also came out at the same time. But BT4 Great Legends and the Starter X 4 through 6 alongside those promos, that was the format that Cam suggested would be a really good GOAT format for us to play in, which I think I might have to agree with Cam. Because from set 5 Battle of Omni forward, that's whenever a lot of the decks became a little more consistent, and then the power ceiling of them was just a little bit more than what we saw previously with special release version 1.0 and 1.5. I feel like our card pool wasn't the most expansive, but with going into the Great Legends, you had a bunch of really cool effects. You had the Digi bursting. We did get the list, so green wasn't just this broken tier 0 deck. A bunch of really cool stuff like Yellow Wargreymon. I think this might be our go-to GOAT format. What do you guys think? You think BT4 would be? But that one did have 14%. People said that was their favorite. So moving on to Battle of Omni. I did love Battle of Omni. It was a really good set. Really, Battle of Omni forward, that's whenever decks really started to become kind of what we see them as today. That's when we started getting more consistency cards, on play searching, the rookies, the power ceiling and stuff. Like this is when Lord Nightmon was introduced. Just a bunch of crazy cards that came out. We had the Blitz Omnimon, a bunch of stuff going for game. Security Control also made a huge impact in Battle of Omni, with Zort Defeat and also a bunch of other just crazy option cards. So 30% of players did say they really enjoyed that format, which it was a good format. But I still have, flashbacks to Lord Nightmon just being able to swing, play out the Pulse Mons or play out the Luxemons, get recovery, a bunch of shenanigans, or being able to swing and then have the Lady Devimon inheritable, play out like 2 Bushiagos and then swing for game. So BT6 Double Diamond and started at 7 through 8. That's going to be the Galmon and the All Force Featuremon. So whopping 38% out of this first poll voted that one. Honestly, this is one of my, if not my favorite format, because my all-time favorite deck within the Digimon card game was debuted in BT6 Double Diamond, and that's going to be the Agumon Bond of Bravery deck. You guys already know my boy here, Agumon, helped me get 4th at the regional last year. Then also took the deck to Nats. Absolutely love that deck. Absolutely love this format. And also alongside the Galmon, All Force Featuremon Star decks, that's one where we got the memory boost. Like I said, at this point, decks were becoming more and more consistent. It's stuff like the memory boost to help search out. We had the huge power ceilings that were both the Bond decks, especially Gabumon, going on to win Nationals, just making a huge impact. They were such really, really strong decks. And so really EX1 should be mentioned right here as well, but we do have it up here on the second poll because I just wouldn't fit really. BT7, I got BT7 Next Adventure in the EX1 Classic Collection. It should be swapped the other way around. Actually, the EX1 Classic Collection should be put down here with the Double Diamond and the Galmon and All Force Featuremon, because you know we had the 4 Ice Walls inside the Gabu Bond, and that's like the deck that went on to like win Nationals and all kinds of just craziness, and even World. It's crazy. So BT7 Next Adventure, one of my least favorite formats, I'm gonna be honest. Hybrid format was something it just that format the game played so unlike Digimon has prior and even since then. Your tamers acted as your Digimon acted as your tamers, with your Pokemon being able to gain memory whenever you evolve. So you were really treating those as like your tamers to give you memory each turn, and your tamers then gave the effects to the Digimon whenever they evolved to them. Blue Hybrid was a monster. I did play that deck at the Miami DigiFest. It was a monster, but man, I am happy we're past that. So that did get 18% on this poll. So like I said, I did do 2 different polls as well. So moving on is probably my second favorite format in the entire game. It's going to be BT8 New Awakening alongside Stardex 9 and 10, which are going to be the Imperial Digimon and the Mastimon. That's whenever, you know, modern Digimon over the past couple sets was really formulated, really introduced within the BT8 New Awakening and Stardex 9 and 10. It's where we started getting dual colors, like true dual color cards. In the past, we did have cards like Omnimon that could evolve over 2 different color cards. And this was like traditional. We got blue, green, yellow, purple. Like these cards are half and half. Not just Digimon, but also option cards and tamers. We got the DNA Digivolution, a lot of stuff that really shook up how the Digimon card game was played, and I absolutely loved it. I love the introduction of the dual color cards, the DNA Digivolution. See, it did poll the highest at 47% between both of our polls that we had. It was absolutely, like I said, I understand. My second favorite deck right here, Blue Green Imperial Digimon. I absolutely love that deck. I adore that deck. It's right behind Agumon, but Agumon just has a special place in my heart. But I absolutely love this format. And so moving on, I did do EX2 Digital Hazard, and I said BT9 Cross Encounter. BT9 is X Record, not Cross Encounter. X Record, Cross Encounter, EX02. There's too many X's, I got confused. Please forgive me, guys. But this is EX2 Digital Hazard and BT9 X Record. I know a lot of players weren't too fond of that, as we see on this low. 19%, just barely above the hybrid one, because this was a big OTK format. I know a lot of players aren't that fond of OTK formats. We did have like the crazy stuff like the Weregarurumon, X Antibody, Grandis OTK, Alphamon Oryukin, Wargreymon, a bunch of these really stacked tall in the raising area, pull out, punch for a ton of damage kind of deck. And I know a lot of players aren't that fond of it, but that did get 19%. And so the most recent format that we currently are in is going to be the BT10 Cross Encounter alongside Stardex 11 and 12, which are going to be the Jesmon, Ragnar, Lordmon. Those pulled at 16%. Understandably, we haven't been in this format too long, so players are just now really we're on the tail end of this past format. We did get the introduction of the new Digicross keyword, and I know a lot of players really hated the Cross Hard deck, but it did get hit, you know, relatively soon after it came out here in the English release of the Digimon card game. So we didn't have to like suffer as long as the Japanese players had to, because they had that deck full power all the way up until now. So I think, moving forward, this might change. Looking back on it, I feel like, with the hit to Crossheart, players may feel differently about the format moving forward. So that being said, after we discussed all these formats, we looked at the poll percentages. Like I said, I do believe that BT4 Great Legend here is going to be what we consider the GOAT format, just because at this point we have enough card pools. Battle of Omni 4, that's whenever stuff to start getting more consistent, the power ceiling just a little bit more higher. But Great Legends, I feel like, is a good middle ground between the introduction with the special release version 1.0, 1.5, and the first 3 starter decks. Because at this time, all decks has a starter decks. They got more card pool. You get all kinds of really good stuff. So I definitely believe that BT4 Great Legends, alongside the starter decks and the promos, that's what Cam suggested. I definitely agree with him. But once again, let me down in the description below, not in the description, in the comments below. Tell me, do you think that BT4 Great Legend would be a really good GOAT format? If not, what other format do you think would be GOAT format? I love me some Double Diamond, but that's just me. I'm partial to the Agumon myself. So once again, I am Noah from the Digibros. I'll catch you guys later.